Artificial intelligence and graphics techniques on computers, if used for the right purposes, can be a good thing.
Hmm.
Some films, like Spider-Man and The Matrix, were two examples of using these advanced techniques for peaceful entertainment purposes. But when the thing becomes too dystopian and far dark for dark reasons, the results can only be sinister. It looks like France has succumbed to a situation the very same politicians have created over the years, and now it's too late to do anything about it. France is lost. Now the agenda has to be redone. Reports the New York Post, open parenthesis, the massive midnight concert which drew a jubilant crowd of 1 million people last year, with the festivities having drawn throngs to the most beautiful avenue in the world for more than 6 decades, has been scrapped
Hmm.
and replaced by a pre-recorded video to be viewed in the safety and comfort of French living rooms. It goes on, the fireworks will still illuminate the Arc de Triomphe when the clock strikes 12, but with officials urging revelers to watch on television rather than in person. The soirée will be a far cry from the famed French joie de vivre of years past, and more. The famed avenue has become a flashpoint of violence lately, with throngs of young, mostly Muslim migrants streaming in from Paris's infamous suburbs at night for trouble, looting luxury stores and brawling with Parisians and police. The Parisian police pressurized the mayor of the city to scrap the event, citing security concerns like unexpected crowd movement, as they put it. Critics blame the French open door policy when it comes to the immigration. Now, the technology makes it possible. The Chinese showed us that with the opening of the Beijing Olympics and also the opening ceremony of the Hangzhou Asia Games. There's a famous YouTube video where somebody who was personally at the opening of the Asia Games filmed what was happening and at the same time showing what was broadcast live on TV
Hmm.
with another apparatus. The TV was a bit more interesting to watch. However, the situation was more interesting to see because it shows what tech and governments can do when housed together. In the case of China, I'm sure it was a financial thing. In the case of Paris, it looks like Paris has fallen. It has succumbed to the rioting immigrant mobs on the streets. And that is very worrying.
Hmm. Right. Well, um, yes, I did read this morning about this being cancelled. Very sad. I mean, this is an English guy saying this. I've been to Paris and obviously walked down the Champs-Elysees. I mean, I've actually, when I was there with my wife, it must have been the early 2000s, we actually ended up running quickly into one of the side shopping malls because some young Muslim men were going around yelling Palestine. Yeah. And we saw the riot police there first and wondered what was going on, and we soon found out why they were there. I must admit, the riot police, they were not hesitant in doing something about it. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm not going to go into details there. Right. Well, obviously, we now have the technology to live separate lives. We proved this during the COVID. Um, with the obviously what happened the other day, the other side of the world, and what they were fearing in America now. Actually, they believe they thwarted a possible attack on New Year's Eve celebrations in California, of all places. So I heard a report.
Poland too.
Poland,
Poland, Germany,
yeah,
a couple of weeks back.
yeah, um,
But the point is not necessarily, I don't want to sort of dwell too much on
yeah,
the
yeah, on that side of it, yeah,
technology part of it.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the French government has kowtowed to a situation, and basically they're saying we surrender.
Yeah. I mean, it's possibly the police acting in the best interests. Being honest, we can't guarantee 100% security against, let's be honest, a very, very small minority of idiots. Yeah.
I used to live in Paris in 1988,
Mm,
and uh, back then in Nanterre
mm,
is the place where the police don't go,
yeah.
and full of immigrants,
Mm,
full chock a block of immigrants. And if you went there, which I did do,
mm,
it's the streets were very tense back then. Back
mm,
then, tense.
yeah.
And the French government have let more and more and more and more and more into the country, and we are where we are.
Yeah. Um, if you've got a problem, you don't keep adding to it. And um, yeah, it is now. I heard a joke by a German comedian who now lives in America, telling a joke about that. Is that you could now put all the Muslims in France and nobody able to tell the difference. Yeah, well, if you understand the joke, all the immigrants in France. Um, it's very, very sad. Paris is a beautiful city. When the Parisians do a celebration or something, forget the Paris, the opening of the Olympics, they got hijacked by other people. But normally, when actually it was still quite good for what it was. It was well done, even if you didn't agree with the messaging. Um, the Parisians, when they do things, they do it in a very, very artistic, nice style. They get away with doing things that would look very, very
What
bad.
do you mean, like surrender?
No, no, I don't. I don't. I'm trying to get away with saying the French surrender. I'm actually trying to praise the French when they do artistic and creative things. Yeah.
Well,
Um,
once again, I don't want to dwell on the AI part of it.
no, I'm not
It's
saying that. I'm just saying normal, under normal things. And I'm saying the tragedy of it all is that
mm,
it's been cancelled. Something that the French do very, very well. And it's a loss of French identity. It's a loss of French culture. Um, yes, they've surrendered to what it is now. Okay, we can joke about the French surrendering. That is not the normal French person. I've worked with French people. They are very, very resilient normally and very, very, yeah, they don't like to give in. It's not in their character. They'll have an argument to continue having an argument. Um, they do not like to be beaten. And so this thing about the French always backing down. We are talking about, yeah, the political elite for whatever reason, and I don't believe it's totally what they say. It is population control coming. I'm going to call it what it is. It's population control, telling people to stay away from somewhere. Um, whereas things should be, we are human beings, are creatures that we like shared experiences, and it's important that we have that still as a species. Um, okay, the people trying to ruin it do not like the what they perceive as a Western style of life. Which again, okay, we can do this to death. In which case, why do you why are you there? Um, a lot of the time, and I've been doing some study in the past couple of days about this. These are people that are not welcome. A lot of them in Muslim countries.
their own countries. Yep, yep, yep.
They are considered extremists there. They are considered pain. I'm going to be quite honest. When you see well, I'll say Islamic culture, when you see what they do sometimes, and when they do have their celebrations and things, it is quite festive. It's quite a moving experience. I'm not saying it means anything for me, but when you see it, or when you've seen it in the past, okay, they might have a few aspects in their doctrines or their ideologies that might not sit comfortably with us. But yeah, we you can address that through different means, and different Muslim countries, Arabic countries are beginning to yeah, be a little bit more open, coming into line a bit, if you like. Um, yeah, but the people causing all these problems and are trying to change things and are intimidating authorities across Europe, in particular the French, are not people who are welcome in Arabic countries. And when people say they should go and live there, they would not survive there. They would not be happy, for whatever reasons. Okay, I know it's an easy dismissive thing, but there's literally, I see that as literally that. And the more, you're quite right, the more we curtail to it, or our authorities or the powers that be curtail to it, the worse it will get. Um, I don't know what the answer is. I'll be quite honest, and it's not up for me to find an answer. I elect people every 4 years in the UK, and the French elect people in the democracy to find the answers. And if they're incapable of doing that, let's let people in who do, who are not afraid to find the answers in any way, shape, or form.
Well,
Um,
I remember this present prime minister in the
yeah,
UK.
yeah,
Uh, in his slogan was
mm,
"Smash the gangs." So before the election, he was quite straightforward. We're going to
yeah.
smash these gangs, smash the
Yeah.
gangs. And of course, since he's been elected,
Mhm.
another 7,000 popped across the English Channel just the other day.
Well, I mean, smash what gangs? Do we even? We probably know
Well,
they are. Yeah,
this is what I say.
yeah,
When politicians are lying to you
yeah,
in your face, uh, look, we need to look at somewhere like Sweden,
mm,
who's where parts of Stockholm are no go zones.
mm,
Germany, you go to places like Frankfurt,
yeah,
where some places are no-go zones
mm,
for the police. You go to Paris, like I
yeah,
said, which is in Nanterre and places like that, they're no-go zones for the police.
yeah. I mean,
And yet the authorities do nothing about it.
well, it means admitting they were wrong, looking
Yeah, of
foolish.
course.
Um, I don't know if there's a world order or something else behind it, WEF or whatever. Again, there's probably links with things or ideas, but when you're enforcing it upon people, yes, and they drag the useful idiots with them. Um, there,
Yesterday, Mark, I was
mm,
listening to Julia Hartley Brewer
yeah,
on Talk Radio,
mm,
and she was on about the thing in Bondi Beach
yeah,
in
on the
Australia,
beach, yeah,
and she was saying, well, these people, they're all coming into our country, blah 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 blah. And I sent her a voice message.
mm,
I don't know if it was played because I had to go out,
yeah,
and I said, you're just sounding like Tommy Robinson.
mm,
Only he's on the streets shouting exactly the same as what you're shouting,
mm,
and you've got a microphone in front of you, in front of your mouth.
mm,
I can remember when somebody like Julia Hartley Brewer used to say that Tommy Robinson's a right wing nutter,
yeah,
and he's just, and he was like the canary in the coal mine, if you like.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
one of the first to say the extreme faction of the people coming to the country
mm,
are going to create a lot of problems.
mm.
Voila, as the French would say.
Well, he grew up in Luton. You look at Luton now.
Yeah,
The thing is, if you like, I'm not a bleeding heart liberal, but um, people that can contribute to British society or any country's society should be welcome. Um, if you've got a skill, that's good. Um,
that's too far gone now, Mark.
yeah, yeah, but okay, we got to go through the ideal soon because else I'll end up in a real depressive state. Um, yeah, where does it go now? Um, yes, I've seen the predictions about where Europe is going to go, likes of you and me. Whatever we are. I won't use the term Anglo-Saxon because that is totally incorrect about British people. But um the 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 idea of us, um people like us. I mean, we have different opinions, different agendas, different faiths, different everything else, and yet we can get on. We can argue about it left, right, and centre. We very often do off this camera, yeah. Um, yeah, or have discussions. I wouldn't say argue. Or we tend, Steve and myself tend not to argue. We have very blunt discussions sometimes. Um, but it's it's a bit of fun sometimes, and that's how we view it. Yeah. We sometimes drag other people into it, and they don't see it quite the way we do. Um,
You
it's
know,
it
you know, Mark, I
Yeah,
hated the debating club at school.
you hated it.
Yeah.
They probably hated you. So, yeah, yeah. I don't think I've been. I think we had class debates on occasions. We were taught to do critical thinking debating. Um, even if, and the most interesting thing we were sometimes given is a subject to defend something we didn't agree with. That's even more interesting. Yeah. Um, which, is probably what training lawyers have to do. But it was an interesting exercise. We did that in history, and I did it in English, I think, once as well, if I remember rightly. Um, I quite enjoyed school, actually, you know, the way that we were taught. Um,
Let's get back to the Champs-Élysées.
yeah, well, I'd like to. It's still a nice place, still a nice street to walk down. It was. I haven't been there recently. Yeah, I mean, again, French architecture, French culture. This is an Englishman saying this. Yeah, Paris is a beautiful city when you look at it from the air still. Um, I don't know what it's like on the ground. I feel very sorry for the Parisians, indeed all French people, who want to have a shared experience over Christmas and New Year, um, and with families and everything else. You know, the cafe lifestyle, the bottle of wine on the French of the table, sitting on the pavement, probably wrapped up nicely in their nice things, enjoying the fireworks display or enjoying a concert, yeah, of their music, hopefully.
Over
Uh,
60 years going on that.
sorry,
Over 60 years every year.
yeah, it's sad, it's tragic. Um, and I'm sorry, I can't get behind well, I'm not sorry, but I can't get behind the French authorities on this. I believe that, um,
Macron
it,
had a good idea. Said, let's go to war with Russia.
I don't think Putin wants to go to war with us. That's the big problem. How do you ever fight with somebody who doesn't want to fight you, really? Yeah. Uh,
Who wants to invade a country that's destroyed itself?
yeah.